Objection! And welcome back everyone to our Marvel Plus live reaction of She-Hulk, titled
Legally Green.
Last time on She-Hulk, she finally got to take on the dreaded Titania in court over a trademark. But she won, and that's all that matters. So yeah, last time was a bit underwhelming in my opinion. Granted, we had courtroom shenanigans and stuff, but I expected a bit more of Titania when we saw her again, so it was a bit disappointing to see that it was in a court case of all things, but we know that's just the setup. We know more things are obviously to come. We also saw that Jen finally got herself some new duds thanks to Edna Mode, a brand new Edna Mode-like costume designer. Which, thank God, you know, she definitely needs a nice outfit, considering everybody friggin' slammed her all episode for looking frumpy and whatnot. But then again, like she said, how many places sell outfits that are in her size? Heck, I'm only 5 feet tall and even I have trouble finding clothes. So today we're hopefully going to see the premiere of a certain superhero that has been foretold, mostly in the trailers. And we're going to find out in today's episode titled...
Just Jen.
That is a much better title than last time. Let's never speak of the last title again. Yeah, I heard a lot of rumors that this is when Daredevil is supposed to make his big, grand appearance. At least, I believe it is. I mean, they hinted heavily at the end of the last episode. And we know he's supposed to show up between now and, well, we got like 3 more episodes or something like that.
After this, yeah.
Yeah, so here's hoping that, you know, he's able to bring a bit of a bright spot into the abysmalness that has become Jen's life at this point. With that being said, let's get started and see what happens when the devil dances in the moonlight. Play. Last time, Jen got dragged through the mud over and over and over. By the way, I researched it, and you were right. The guy who she went on one of the dates with, yeah, that's the same guy from Miracle Workers. And here's a funny thing, both their names are Todd. Or at least his name was Todd.
How original.
At least his name was Todd in the 3rd season, I should say. But it's Todd in this one, which means there's a very good chance he might be a villain in this. I mean, he was in the 3rd season. Bits, the heck? Will you be my bridesmaid? Bits, that's so messy. What the fuck? Duh, of course you will.
I want to see the super suit that he made you. Why? I'm never going to wear it. Come on, you're killing me.
Yeah, she'll never wear it.
No. So you're going to look hot and shulky? Yes, that is the reason to go to the wedding. Yes. It's actually the reason I'm really excited too. Real talk. Why does anyone have a wedding on a Thursday?
Good question.
From high school. My cousin Chad is DJing the wedding. What? Yes.
Oh boy.
We just gradually grew apart and we don't talk anymore. I think she just felt obligated to ask me.
That's so weird.
I felt obligated to say yes. How do you say no to being a bridesmaid?
Easily.
No. I just hate that boundaries having to pick up my slack at work. Yes, it's a self-contained wedding episode, and if you think this is happening at an inconvenient time of the season, you're right, because that's how weddings always are. So I'm gonna look great.
That is true.
Also, like, how much notice did they give this wedding?
Yeah, this seems rather soon. And did she want her as She-Hulk as a bridesmaid?
Girl, your ass looks crazy right now. Can I talk to you for a second?
Oh boy.
I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Bride's pissed.
All the attention away from me with your... No one's gonna be looking.
Yeah.
It's your big day. You'll just show up as regular Jen at your wedding. Thank you.
Like, once people try to hug you and you have big boobs.
Yeah, obviously this is the one time I didn't want to show up as just Jen.
Why? She invited you. I hope that dress is able to, like, shrink. Look kind of loose on her.
Mr. Immortal, you were saying.
That's a stupid name.
Yes, I know that this is not your typical divorce case, but I really need you to help me out, otherwise this settlement could leave me dry. It's not like I didn't try the whole marriage thing. I did several times. In fact, it could be said that no one has tried more than me.
Oh, jeez.
Probably literally. I'm a good guy. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but...
I'm a good guy, says the guy with several marriages.
But that is a tough conversation. I find that you are emotionally suffocating me, and you wear weird pajamas. Can you blame me for...
Are you the bad breaker-upper from Seinfeld?
Issue right then and there.
Sounds like it.
Are you saying that instead of having a conversation with your wife, you kill yourself to get out of the relationship?
Whoa, I don't kill myself. I'm immortal. I do die, but only for a little. Kind of die. But
He's
I
not
do
quite
Do you
dead.
ever feel bad about this tactic.
So he's exploiting till death do us part.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity, I think this is the most considerate way to end a marriage.
Considerate, that's not the word you're looking for.
No, Nope.
You just don't know how to have any sort of confrontation whatsoever.
I thought that lawyers were supposed to not be judgmental.
No, they just have to represent you. I'm obviously
I'm in a relationship.
So any sort of personal growth, right? I should worry about it.
Uh-oh, he's gonna kill himself now.
We have an insurance claim.
Yep.
Defenestration!
He'll be back.
Jeez.
It's a flesh wound. So that's how he solves confrontation, just fucking leaps out of
Offing
building.
himself, except not really. You better pay for that window.
Actually, I'm the head of a new department at GLK&H, which is like one of the most prestigious law firms in the country. And I mean, as you saw, I now have superpowers.
Yeah, kind of a dumb question to ask.
And I don't want that. Like, are you dating a guy, a boy? Is it a boy? And you're like, oh no. I'm sorry, you'll find someone. Don't feel bad. Oh, I don't feel bad. That's right. You know what? You still have a little bit of time.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Edward, Jacob. You know I dated both those actors.
Ugh.
Why did you come to this wedding?
Jen, it's so good to see you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Any effort at all? What are you doing here? The answer to your extremely rude question is that I happen to be dating a friend of the groom.
Happen to be dating.
Yeah.
Tanya. Hey girl, hey. You made it. She has weaseled her way into this wedding to mess with me. That is so obvious. Why does nobody else see that?
It's gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it?
Very loud. Jen, I'm insane right now.
It's almost like Titania put her up to this.
Try and kill you or something. I don't know. I'm literally just here to celebrate the love of Lulu and her groom. That's all, okay? That's so sweet.
Maybe her friend's one of those frenemies that, hates it when she looks better than her, so she finds any opportunity to put her down.
I still haven't perfected the lease on her way.
Is that the groom?
Approach a stranger.
Unless that's Jonathan.
Yeah. Work on that for that.
Jen, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I found you. Half the event staff is quitting because of how I'm treating them. Do you think you could help me clean some stuff up around here, straighten up too? Some of these things.
Oh, get fucked.
I can really use your help with something inside, please, real quick. Thank you, Jen.
Like, I thought she was being a bit of a bridezilla before, but now she's like full bridezilla.
And Paul conveniently disappears the day the bill came. Well, I never saw a dime for raising Spencer Jr. alone for all those years.
I spent $10,000 on a New Orleans jazz funeral after Arnie accidentally swallowed a cyanide.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My friend sent me a link to a video posted on that site, Intelligentsia.
the one for hateful man babies.
Mm.
That's the one. Anyway, you saw this man walk into a
Yeah.
big intersection, and then he gets hit by 4 different cars. His body regenerates, and then he just gets up and walks away. Did you make your own net multiple times? You also forged multiple fake identities. Frankly, all of these spouses should be filing criminal charges.
Yep.
You are lucky you're not in prison. I will get you the best possible deal on this for consent. Don't touch me. But let me tell you this. You're gonna have to pay.
Yep.
It's fine. It's kind of fun.
And given you're immortal, you're gonna have to pay forever. Their whole lives, in fact.
So, the groom's been playing Mario Kart, and their shirts got all wrinkled.
Oh my god, from a video game?
Yeah, video games are sports now. They're on ESPN and everything. Yeah, so you're on ironing duty, right? Yeah, go right.
That's why they made her the bridesmaid, so she could do all the bitch work.
Wow. Talk about bitch work.
So brave. We just had to resuscitate him this morning.
Dude, I just leave. Who gives a fuck? Just leave.
We were married for 18 years and she was only with him for 3. Why should she get the same amount
Oh
as me?
no.
Oh, because I had a kid with this fool. Why should we be punished for her mistake? My son is not a mistake. You use the word mistake.
Hey.
You don't use the word mistake and I
Nope, no killing yourself.
It's your boy, DJ
Wow. Chris, you're not sued for that.
Hit me with the heavy core, buddy. Well, what else am I going to do for the next 4 hours?
Shot.
You know what? Screw the bride. Go She-Hulk.
Yep.
Jazz funeral so chic. I love your stuff. Taylor,
You are going to receive back pay for the 2 years that you quit your job to help Paul run a rare jade shop in Piedmont. Cheryl, cash money. You want it? You get it. Cheryl. Amy, yes. You are going to receive a sincere apology with meaningful eye contact. Lasting at least 15 seconds.
Oh, God.
And remember, everyone, what's our mantra? Never again. Yes.
Yep.
Isn't that the absolute best you can do on eye contact?
And so, Amy, that's 20 seconds of eye contact.
That seems interminable. I truly did love each and every
Rose, where are ya? Trying to get a hold of you for weeks, or months, or days, or whatever. Call me back, you ding dong.
Nah, he's still out in space.
This is the most fun I've seen you have all weekend. Wednesday and Thursday.
The good day.
My parents.
Really?
Yeah.
They gave you a good face, too.
Oh, did they? Wow.
I have the feeling when she hulks out, he's not going to be interested anymore.
So you're romantic? That's what it is?
And you should see what my She-Hulk hair looks like.
Oh. I would love to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
He's gonna. He's working for the leader or
Seeing about
whatever
how
in me.
She-Hulk is amazing.
Were you really, Josh?
I mean, it's a nice sentiment that he's actually going for her as opposed to her persona, but at the same time...
Oh, no, it's
Uh-oh, she's gonna puke. There we go.
Yeah, let it out, babe.
Oh, get fucked. Ooh, yeah. Waiting for that.
Knew it.
Yep.
Obviously, I literally said this isn't over. So now, I am going to publicly destroy you.
Oh, come on. I won that fair and square. Get over it. Are you not gonna turn? You know what? I can take you like this.
Oh, boy. Jen, you were like beyond drunk right now.
You do not get to ruin everything for me for something that you don't even want. Something you don't even deserve. So now I am forced to prove it. So clean up.
Okay, just this one time I turned She-Hulk.
Dude, don't give in to her. Now you're gonna rip your dress. Yep.
Oh no, I forgot how to do it.
Damn, she drunk.
Oh, give me a second.
She ruined her shoes. Maybe she can't do it while drunk. Never mind.
This week on What the Fuck is Wrong with You?
Oh my god. So they let you slide. Well, at least they're fighting. We're finally getting a proper fight between these two.
Oh, we can't play this.
Did she just trip? Ooh, did she chip her teeth?
Are you showing your 11?
Oh my god.
Where are you going? And I'm taking this.
Did she steal the cake? Oh great, now her friend's gonna be pissy.
I promised. She sucker punched me when I was throwing up. Like, oh my god. She-Hulk is at my wedding. Yeah. I love you so.
Oh, she is beyond drunk.
Whoa, huge. Yes.
Okay, that worked out.
I just don't understand why anyone not afraid of conflict keeps getting married.
Oh, yeah.
And I just
Good question.
I got 8 different people to marry.
You must not be single.
I
Yep.
have been married a long time.
You're married?
11 years this October.
Aw.
The day after my son's birthday.
Hold on. You have children? You have children.
That's probably why she's married.
That's enough questions.
Let's see.
He's like, okay, getting too personal here.
I gotta look at this. Wait, what the hell?
It's a weird pop-up.
She was so gross. She was 30. Ew. Okay.
Oh god. It's an actual Marvel fanboy website.
What is this? Now, how do we tell she?
Whoa, okay, that's taking it too far.
No, she not. It's not just that. Some of these are death threats. Nikki, they're just trolls. Any attention at all gives them what they want. Janice, better off. Just let her live her
They're
life.
death threats, though. You kind of gotta take that serious.
It's called intelligentsia, and it's all of these like memes and death threats, okay? But Mallory said not to tell you because, you know, she said it would just make you feel bad and you should protect your headspace and let you live your life, but...
Mallory's a part of this.
Yeah. It's probably not even a thing, so just give me a call when you get this, and I love you so much!
Why would you leave that in a voice?
Did we hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, kudos to him. He actually stuck around. Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. God, looks like a fucking screwdriver. Well, I think it's fair to say it's definitely not Titania that's out to get her blood. It's definitely somebody else. And most likely they're using whatever guise they can get to cozy up to her to probably do it. Oh, God. Yeah, she definitely needs some dental work after that. That's right. Look at me for 15 seconds. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me. Well, at least they were honest about what this was. I mean, I'm not sure what I really expected. Well, I knew what I thought I expected. I thought Daredevil would show up in this, but I guess they're saving him for later. Probably for the best he didn't show up in this episode. Like, I half expected him to show up as a guest, but... nah, what are you gonna do? Of course, Titania strikes back immediately, and like, she wasn't even being subtle about it. It's like, come on, we know you set this all up, obviously.
What exactly was her plan in publicly humiliating Jen? And then the fact that she wanted her to transform into She-Hulk, she doesn't seem like the honorable type, so she could have just beaten Jen up while she was drunk and made a public spectacle of her then. Why did she have to make Jen transform into She-Hulk and then get her ass whooped?
I can think of two reasons. One, because it's probably a well-known fact that Titania is strong. So her beating up on Jen is like an adult beating up on a child. It's like, there's no challenge and it just makes the adult look bad. And the other is that, again, this is a test of strength. Because the first time Jen knocked her out, she wasn't expecting it. But this time she is. So in her mind, it's like, if I can show that my strength is superior to hers, then I will get all the glory for it. But yeah, to do that at a wedding, of all places, and to instigate it, at first I thought she was going to have her secretly recorded to like show that, oh, she's dangerous, out of control, she attacked me for no reason or whatever, but she didn't even go that route.
They could have made it that, oh, she ruined the wedding because she transformed into She-Hulk and she destroyed everything. She got into a fight and she's a menace. And the fact that the bride didn't want her to transform into She-Hulk, you think that, oh, because she transformed into She-Hulk, now she's gonna look bad in front of her friend. None of that happened. It really seemed like the only thing that would have made sense was for Titania to be involved in trying to steal Jen's blood. But they didn't even go that route. It winds up being somebody else.
And now we're left looking at every guy she associates with now, because we know that that website exists, which makes sense. I can't tell you how many hater groups I've seen pop up because of this show alone. But the fact that, you know, they have active death threats on there, and we know that somebody's trying to get her blood, I mean, that just makes things all the worse, because it's like, we want Jen to be happy to find someone, but now we're going to look at every single guy suspiciously from now on. Because we know that something's going to, like, come up. And the guy from the get-go already has my suspicion because his name's Josh. It's kind of a meme thing where, like, there are certain guys that you never date because their names usually mean, like, to kid or to fool or something like that. Or to steal. And Josh is one of, like, the big examples. But, yeah, this whole episode was like, eh. On the one hand, I can see they were kind of doing commentary about, you know, women who are expected to be part of bridal parties. Because, like, that bride, man, she was such a bitch. Like, such a bitch. She was a bridezilla. She took advantage of her friend. She dehumanized her friend. Basically made her do all the bitch work. And invited somebody who she should know has been at odds with her. Like, that is just all sorts of messed up. The fact that Jen kind of just takes makes it. It's so disheartening. Because it's like, girl, come on, you can do so much better. Like, you became She-Hulk, and now you have, like, this whole new confidence about you and everything, but you're kind of just letting people walk all over you. The only time she stands up for herself is, again, when Titania attacks her. And it's like, thank God the bride was so shit-faced out of her mind that she didn't care at that point if Jen became She-Hulk or not. Because I feel like she definitely would have thrown her out of the wedding or something like that, which, good fucking riddance.
I'm even wondering if this wedding was even real at all.
It could have been staged.
I think it's totally manufactured. From the fact that, when did she get the invitation? How long was it between when she got that invitation and when the actual wedding happened? And when she's asked to be a bridesmaid? Why?
I mean, to be fair, I've heard of weddings that take place in a very short amount of time. Or they're, like I said, the certain bridezillas who will suddenly decide to make someone a bridesmaid at the last minute. Like, it's not outside the realm of believability. But yeah, it's just like the whole time thing's kind of weird. Because we know it coincides with the other two lawyers' case with the guy getting a divorce. And I mean, that could not have taken place over, I assume, more than a week or so.
Everything just seemed in this episode to just kind of quick. Everything's taken care of. Also, I'm suspecting Mallory myself now.
I mean, it's possible. She is a really good lawyer. She has a really good poker face.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like, a nice coincidence she somehow found that site. I mean, I don't want to think of her as being a bad guy. I can see why she'd have a motive to be, but I'd like that not to be the case.
The fact that she's like, no, don't let Jen know about it. I get that, but...
Again, she's getting death threats. If you're someone who works for the judiciary, you have to report that shit. It has to be brought to the police's attention, because people can't just get away with that, even if it's just lip service. And as for the B plot, that fucking guy, man. That fucking guy. I think they worded it perfectly. For a guy who doesn't like conflict, he sure does get married a lot. Some of those he was married to for a long time. At least by their standards. Like, I know he's immortal and...
Time doesn't really mean anything.
But even so,
Yeah.
It's like, why would you do that over and over and over again? Plus, if you're constantly faking your death, how does that work with marriage certificates exactly?
Because he's constantly changing his identity.
I don't know, the whole thing was so fucked up. And again, I know it's commentary on guys that do that habitually, who have no fucking business ever being in a committed relationship, but they keep on doing it just because, they want to have their fun, or they want to get a perk from this certain person for a while until they no longer need it or whatever. But even then, it's like, this guy's a fucking immortal. We can establish that he has resources. He's rich. Why does he need to get married? And I could see if maybe he's been living hundreds of years, so, like, he'll have, like, one marriage a century, like, he has a wife, she dies, marries again, she dies, and so on and so forth. But for this guy to be dating this many people in this close a span, that makes no goddamn sense. Like, that dude was, like, asking for it big time, and I'm glad they all got reasonable compensation for what he put them through. That being said, it was hilarious when he threw himself out the window, and I saw that coming too. It's like, as soon as the women started getting on him, and like, you see him like sweat, it's like, yep, he's gonna commit suicide, even though he already told them that, hey, I can't die. It's like, what did you expect to happen? And then he even went back to them after that. Why? You already established that you're an asshole. These women made it clear they don't like you, and that they will put you through the mud, and yet you go back to them. But then I guess it's consistent with the fact that he's getting married.
But I mean, at this point he's cornered, so people can figure out who he is, they could make it public. He could get away that one time, but he wouldn't get very far.
And even when, like, he does die or whatever, he immediately gets up while there's still people around. He's just like, evening.
I imagine by now he's just used to it.
He should have had a lawsuit, both for breaking the window and smashing that car. On top of everything else. Like, that fucking guy, man. Jesus. So yeah, like I said, this was a weird episode. I didn't care for it too much. Again, I know it was all commentary on different things, but it just it just got, like, unpleasant and uncomfortable. Not to mention, Titania, again, went out like a bitch. It's like we finally get her using her strength, them finally going head-to-head, fighting. The fight lasts for, like, 3 seconds, and Titania slips on debris and breaks her teeth. And that's it. Really? Really?
Yeah, I'm not even a fan of the characterization of her. She's supposed to be this big bad, and yet she comes off as very soft in every aspect. I'm like, stop wasting Jamil.
It's like, how are you an influencer? Like, seriously, I know she has the whole glitz and glam look about her and, you know, the whole flippant Valley Girl persona, whatever, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty of her being a villain, she just sucks. How is she really menacing? Like, the most she came at Jen was with the trademark, and she lost that. And then even when she physically attacks her, she's still outmatched. Come on. Like, I hope by the end of this, maybe she'll team up with whoever's trying to get She-Hulk's blood, and then finally we'll see her actually throw down. Like, heck, if it's who I think it is, then they might be able to manipulate her blood and actually make her sort of Hulk out or something. I don't know, just anything at this point. Like, I'm feeling so disappointed, like, with this. But yeah, we have about 3 more episodes left. We still have the lingering plot thread with who the secret villain is, even though we're starting to get a good idea of who. We know there's the haters that want her dead. We know Titania wants her dead. And we know that there's no fucking chance of her having a normal love life because of all this shit going on. Like, honestly, the only bright point at this stage is the appearance of Daredevil and seeing how they really incorporate him into the MCU. Because, I mean, he made a nice cameo in Spider-Man. They utilized him pretty well there, so I hope they kind of do it with this one, too. Because, I mean, the setup's perfect and everything, so they just gotta, like, land it. But we'll see next time if Matt Murdock does indeed show up. So, until then, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And it's a nice day for a green wedding. Actually, no, it isn't. Screw that wedding. Screw the bride. Screw that whole bridal party. They suck.
How do you get dirty from playing Mario Kart on Switch?